Welcome back to Local Memphis Live. You know, earlier in the show, we gave you a tour of the Nature Photography Garden at the Memphis Botanic Garden.
Yep, and we're going right back out there to see Drew Massengale, who's standing by to show us their prehistoric plant trail and butterfly garden. Thanks so much, Drew, for taking time and coming back with us.
Drew, tell us a little bit about the area that you're in right now.
Absolutely. It's great to be out here. We are in the butterfly garden at the moment. Wanted to show you this area because this is another one of those great secluded spots down on the southern end of our garden. We've got all kinds of things here that are specifically to attract butterflies, as the name might indicate. So we've got a lot of, this is catmint here in the foreground, Japanese aster. Back in the back, we've got some more fennel, Joe Pye weed, lots of phlox. All these great things that will attract every size, shape, color imaginable of butterflies.
Talk about the different herbs that are in the butterfly garden.
Absolutely. Right here, like I said, in the foreground, we've got this wonderful catmint, and of course, there are so many different kinds of mint out there. We've got a lot here at the garden. Of course, we've got our wonderful herb garden, which is the largest herb garden in the Mid-South. The fennel is kind of past its prime at this point, but you know, in a lot of senses, it's harvest time for the butterflies, and it's also, you know, harvest time for us. And so a lot of these things which have been their great food source are now becoming things that they are actually pupating in, which means they're building their chrysalises. Those caterpillars are building their chrysalises, and they are starting to
so if you have kids, though, I mean, you can plant these.
Only live for just a little while. But here we've got, let's see, like I mentioned, the fennel, the mint. We've also got sage that grows out here in the butterfly garden as well. In addition to phlox and things like that, you know, is not as much an herbaceous thing, but it is great for butterflies.
So Drew, if you have kids, though, I was going to ask, you can plant these in our own yards too, right, here in Memphis?
That's absolutely right. Again, kind of like what I mentioned earlier, is the things that butterflies and birds and other wildlife are looking for. It's the same things that we're looking for: is food, water, shelter. For instance, with birds, you know, you see those ornamental bird baths, you know, at Lowe's, and those are okay, but what you would really want to attract a lot of different birds is something a little bit more natural. It doesn't have to be something that's, you know, got a mud bottom like this, but, you know, something like the, you know, any sort of shallow pool, shallow puddle, things that that can be kind of kept natural, and, you know, very kind of close to the ground here, are great for not just birds, but also if you like having frogs. I've seen a lot of frogs out here, a lot of toads. You know, just a lot of great wildlife to share with your children, things that won't necessarily bite you and things like that. And of course, bird houses are a great thing to put up now. You know, you've got migratory birds that'll be looking for shelter, a lot of our little tiny guys that'll need shelter through the winter. There's just a whole world of possibilities out there if you want to provide a little bit of that great natural space.
All right, Drew, thank you so much for joining us this morning. A lot of beautiful
gardens
out there.
You know, I need to head out there and check out this stuff.
Me too. Very peaceful and relaxing. Well, coming up, the Sub-Teens band is standing by, and our GI specialist, Green.